That was Keith's tune. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity on the River. Today we start up with the song, My God is So Good to Me. Well, I got up in the morning singing, God is so good. I got up in the morning singing, God is so good. I got up in the morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. I'm feeling good down in my soul, yeah. God is so good. I'm feeling good down in my soul, yeah. God is so good. I'm feeling good down in my soul, yeah. God is so good. My God is so good to me. And in my time of trouble I say, God is so good. And in my time of trouble I say, God is so good. And in my time of trouble I say, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Take it, Keithy. I dedicate this next song to Patty Barkus. This is Ain't No Mountain High. Woo. Come on. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. Now if you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby, call out my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. Now if you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby, just call out my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough you so much. And if you are comfortable, please stay standing. Join the hand of the person next to you. This is surely the presence.
Let us pray. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place because you are here. You're the beautiful, magnificent manifestation of the divine. And as we look to Mother Nature right now, as we go into fall, the leaves are falling, and we prepare for the stark emptiness of winter. Let us remember, too, to let that which does not serve us fall away. Let us shed what is no longer ours to carry. Let us turn within into the silence of our soul, into the quietness of the winter, the solitude in which we prepare to spring forth, renewed, transformed, refreshed. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen and amen. You may be seated. Good morning. Welcome to Unity on the River. I am Reverend Ogun, your senior minister. So good to see all of you here today. And welcome again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Very excited for a lot of things happening in service today. First of all, our guest musicians today, two of my favorite people, Fred Abatelli and Lori Diamond. Stand, let the people see you. Come on. I guarantee they will probably make you weep and jam like crazy today, all in the same service. Thank you, guys. No weeping today? We'll see. It's a little weeping. I'm also excited today because part of my talk today, I am turning over to these amazing teenagers over here who are... 2 weeks ago, they were in Maryland at a YU rally and some transformative experiences, and I want them to share. So they're going to be doing that, and yeah, those are the fun things happening today. As I like to say here, if we want to see the face of God, we simply look to the face of another. So turn to someone and say, God looks good today. There we go. God looks good today. God looks good today. Y'all look good. Looking good, God. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. And God looks really good today with, so I have to tell you, as you know, the prayer chaplains and myself, we were in Unity Village this week for the Nehemiah retreat. There were like, 17 of us? Something like that. My body is still aching because you may not have told this, but I don't do a lot of manual labor. It's not my thing. It's nothing against it, it's just not my thing. So, yes, the early morning wake-ups and the work was like, but it was so fulfilling. It was It was a beautiful time to share with these folks working, serving Unity Village. And Michelle here, she's facilitating today. Today at our morning meeting, I was like, maybe somebody should mention something about our trip, and she goes, "Oh, I will. Don't worry about it. I'll talk about it." So, Michelle, talk about it.
Good morning, everyone. We had such an amazing time at Unity Village. You know, I've been in Unity for over 30 years, and I had never been there. And they were thanking us. They were falling all over themselves, thanking us for what we were doing. There were 41 people from all around the country. And I said, "What? No, wait, it's our privilege to get to be there." And it was such an, I'm getting chills even now saying this, to be able to go to Silent Unity and sit in the 24/7 prayer chapel there and hold vigil, to just be in that sacred space, to see the beautiful landscaping, to just soak it up. And we all did such different projects, and some people got to work in the archives. They had a lot of fun there too, from clearing trees to painting and scraping and power washing and hauling mattresses and trimming roses and emptying out these big urns. People really worked hard, but for me, it was great to be outside. I sat at a desk all day, and it was freezing cold there. We thought when we planned this for November that we would have the 70-degree weather and not Boston. But anyway, we were warm because we were working so hard. So thank you, everyone, for all of your support that helped to allow the prayer chaplains to attend. And I also want to acknowledge Jim and Louisa that they were there as well. And thank you all for your support. Okay, so I'd like to welcome anyone here who is celebrating with us for the first time. If you would raise your hand, our ushers have a flower and a welcome packet for you. Anyone here for the first time? Okay, don't be shy. We don't bite. Thank you so much. Keep your hand up. And we are giving you a packet with some information about Unity and about our church. And also, there's a welcome card. If you'd like to fill that out, you can leave it in the Spiritual Resource Center. You're getting a flower that gives you 10% off in the bookstore. And we have lots of great items in our bookstore, so please be sure to check that out. We bless you and thank you for coming. Please know that your presence here enriches us. We welcome all paths to God, and we're very grateful that you came today. Did we get everybody? Okay. Unity on the River is a center of celebration, transformation, inspiration, spirit-centeredness, oneness, and joy. Please hold these truths in your heart as we say together our mission and vision statement. Our mission? We are a vibrant spiritual community that celebrates the presence in all and awakens humanity to its division. And the vision statement, centered in love, we joyously co-create a world of oneness, peace, and harmony. I have just a few announcements for you. You may have noticed if you came in through Fellowship Hall that we have some displays set up. That is our Sacred Service Fair, where you can go around to the different booths and see what are the opportunities available for you to serve this community. If you haven't joined a team yet, you can give it a try and see what might interest you. We have clipboards there where you can put your name down, and then someone will contact you later. Also, on Thanksgiving Eve, we are having a potluck and open mic night. It's a lot of fun. And there are previews for that open mic on the 12th and the 19th after service. Not an audition, but just to provide support to get an idea about what the flow of the evening will be. You can see Keith for that. And please sign up for the potluck in the Spiritual Resource Center. It's a great way to have Thanksgiving with your spiritual family. Reverend Ogun will be teaching Unity Basics on November 12th and 19th. This is a class that's required for membership, and if you are interested in membership, you do need to attend both sessions of that class. Our artists of the month are Christina Mariah, Sarah Donahue, and Renee Schneider. Please enjoy their beautiful artworks out in Fellowship Hall. I just said that. No, I didn't have anybody stand up. Just acknowledged. Okay, but thank you. And this is a time in our service where we greet each other in love, either with a handshake or hug. I invite you to say, I see you. I see your magnificence. I see your divinity. I see the divine in you.
I'm very thrilled to welcome back and to welcome Laurie, Diamond, and Fred Albatelli, and this is their heart opener. Always there. It's just gorgeous.
Hey, everybody. So nice to see you all. Namaste. I see you. You're all looking very well.
Thank you for having us.
We sure appreciate it. Anytime. Oh, great. Oh,
Thank you
nice.
for that. I'd like to acknowledge Maura.
And the band.
Right?
Yeah.
And this unbelievable band. You know how lucky you are. You have a lot of stars, musical stars around town here, you know. And I'd like to very much, yeah, you know who you are. You guys are awesome.
Amen.
So thank you.
Thank
And
you.
good night. That's it.
So this song is called Always There, and it is about the nature of love and how it is eternal, and it is about souls reuniting and recognize one another. Well, you came to me like a lovely summer rain. I was refreshed by your gentle heart. Were you the one? You were the one. The more I learned, the more I found myself unraveling inside. You were familiar yet so new. Were you the one? You were the one. It might sound strange, but I've seen us in another time and place. Can you allow me to share it? We're on a hill. I can still see the wind blowing your hair. Somehow I knew it was you. Now received, my trust was purified. You were familiar, yet so near. Were you the one? You were the one. It might sound strange, but I've seen us in another time and place. And I think I remember we're on the shore. It was more than I thought my heart could bear. Somehow I knew it was you. Now more than ever I can say you were always there.
Well, I'm not afraid of this beautiful reunion. By believing we are choosing to love again. We're here right now, and I vow to surround you with my care. We're on a hill, I can still see the wind blowing your hair. Back on the shore, it was more than I thought my heart could bear. I always knew it was you. Now more than ever I can say you were always there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Lori Diamond and Stella Vitale.
Voices of Angels. So I don't do regret very often. You remember a couple months ago I was doing the Book of Joy by the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and they talked about forgiveness as releasing the desire for a different past. Remember that? Forgiveness. Releasing the desire for a different past. Regret is kind of the same thing. Regret is saying, I wish I'd done something different. There are things in my life I've done and I've said that have caused pain to others and to myself. And yeah, I wish I hadn't done them. That doesn't change, the fact that I wish I had done and said them. But to live in that place of regret is to keep beating myself up about it. And that doesn't help me with self-forgiveness. It doesn't help me with going deeper, with opening up, with expanding, with moving on, with transforming. So don't live in a lot of regret. But every once in a while, something happens that I wish, if I could go back in time, I wish I could have been a part of it. It's a weird paradox because I also know that every single experience I've had in my life has brought me to this point. And if I had had any other experience, I probably wouldn't be at this point. Although, no matter what had happened in my life, I think I would have still ended up being a minister because it was an unavoidable call-in. And trust me, try to avoid it for a while. Did not go well. So here I am. But one of the things that I maybe wish, if I could go back in time and had the experience of, is to have known unity as a child. I think I would be a wholly different person if I had encountered these teachings and these experiences as a child. I had a lot of reprogramming to do because of what I learned about God and spirituality and religion as a child. I grew up believing that God was like Big Brother fact, when I read the novel 1984, I was like, oh my God, it's about God. He's always watching. So I grew up very afraid of God. I was told God loved me, but yet God was like always there watching me, waiting for me to mess up. So that was a weird kind of love. I grew up thinking that I could never amount or was never good enough, because of the story of Jesus being the only begotten Son, and he was the great exception, and we were lost without. So I grew up with that message, also feeling not good enough, and I would never be. But then unity comes along. And unity's like, oh no, God's not watching you. Furthermore, that God's not watching you. God is you. Like, that freaked me out for a while. Freaked me out. I've told some of you this before, but some of you may have not heard this. For, that story for many of us, that when we walk into a uni church, our first experience is, I've come home. I've found the place I've always belonged. I walked into uni for the first time. I was like, this is the cult they warned me about. Run now. That was my first experience. So I had a lot of reprogramming to do. But yeah, God wasn't watching me. God was the essence of who I was. And Jesus wasn't the great exception. Jesus was an example. The great example, we call him in unity, of one who, when you truly tap into your divine self, your divine Godship, this is the experience of fulfillment and abundance and love and connection and healing and all that you can have too. Like, that is a wholly, fundamentally different message. And my childhood, even my young adulthood, would have been so much different. I even say better, but I'll just go with different. Let's not put labels, but different. If I had had this message. We're wrapping up our series this week on the Zen Commandments. I hope you've all been reading and all been enjoying the book. Again, if you ever want to go back and see the talks that were done around the book, they're all up on YouTube. But there was a quote I was thinking about wrapping up today, and as I said, we're going to have the teens come up in a little bit, but I was reading, and here was the thing that really jumped out at me, this one paragraph that I think, had I learned these messages earlier, I would have embodied, and that I see when I look at these amazing young adults who have been immersed in this teaching, immersed in unity. So this is from the Zen Commandments, the final chapter in the book. It says, Gandhi said that no matter what we do, it will be completely unimportant, but it is vitally important we do it. Absolutely nothing matters, but relatively everything matters. The trick is to live both of these truths deeply all the time. Like maybe a dance that goes nowhere. But it doesn't need to go anywhere. Here it is. And if we dance impeccably without missing a step, yet with joyful abandon, it's a good dance. If we dance impeccably without missing a step, yet with joyful abandon, it's a good dance. When I look at these teens and their experience, especially when they come back from rally, it is joyful abandon. And when I see them and the compassionate heart that they embody at their age, that I still aspire to embody at my age, I know we did something right. I know we did something right when we create a spiritual community and have a place for them. It may sound a bit cheesy when I say this, but it really isn't. They're the hope of the world. Because us old fogies, we're a little stuck in our ways, and half of our energy is spent, for some of us more than half of our energy is spent undoing the mental, emotional, spiritual damage that's been done, in the transformative journey, in the constant being in the place of self-awareness to remind ourselves, oh wait, I don't think like that anymore. I don't feel like that anymore when we get triggered by life's things. What do I believe and embody now? Oh yeah, that's right. This is what I believe. I believe that we're one. I believe in abundance. I believe in the flow. I believe in being grounded in divine order. I believe that, yeah, but we have to tell ourselves this. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'll throw myself under the bus. It's not quite second nature yet, okay? Because that was not the message that I heard growing up, so I had to do a little reprogramming. But I know some of these guys, I'll throw my daughter under the bus, but she doesn't mind, or she'll mind later, but it's okay. She'll need something from me later, so I can... I'm kidding. But not really. This is a good thing, trust me. She was in Unity from the day of her birth, from the day she was born. In fact, I think her first day in a Unity church was maybe 2 weeks old. And I don't know if you're applauding me or her. Both of us, okay. All right. One of my favorite memories was we were living in Missouri at the time, and we were doing church in Manhattan, Kansas. Remember Manhattan, Kansas? He's like, yeah. We lived in Lee Summit, Missouri. It was a 2-hour drive. So basically, almost every Sunday, and she was like 5, 6 at the time. We'd pack the car, drive towards Manhattan, Kansas, do church, and then drive back home. And she was the only child. So Jennifer was speaking, I was doing music, and she was on a blanket at the back of the room with like coloring books and all that kind of stuff. And it was a nice picture to behold. We were in Manhattan, Kansas for about 3 years. 2, she's correcting me. 2 years. By the time we left, they were, I'd say, at least a good 10 kids, maybe 12. They had a youth and family program. And I truly believe part of it was, whether she knew it or not, an unconscious desire she had to bring more kids in. And she would sit there and do her thing, and everybody would marvel at how great she was just sitting there doing her thing and not getting all, But I believe a lot of that was when we start and immerse our children in a teaching that tells them not only that you are loved, but you are the embodiment of love. That your experience is a result of what you think, what you believe, and who you show up to be. That we are all connected. When children are immersed in that experience, we're going to have a world that we don't recognize. So I'm grateful for these young people here. And I'm grateful that as they go out into the world for colleges and jobs and travel, that they're taking the embodiment of Unity's message with them, that they're taking God with them, as them, in them, through them, and transforming those around them. They're taking the dance with them, and they're already good at it. We adults, we still figuring out the steps half the time. It's who they are, and they don't know any different. And that just amazes me all the time still. So I'm going to invite them up. Take your time, don't rush. You're not on the clock or anything. Come on in. Test 1, 2. So, all right, so we can do like a little interview style thing here. One at a time. Introduce yourself. Start at this end. Oh, by the way, these three gems of light right here, they have adopted us. They attended Unity of Greenfield. It's Unity in Greenfield or of Greenfield. What's it called? Unity Pioneer Valley in Greenfield. Unity Pioneer Valley recently had to close its doors, but they have adopted us as their parent church. We've adopted them. It's a mutual arrangement here, and I think we're the better for it. So, first thing, introduce yourselves, and say just a little bit about what Unity and these teachings and being part of Unity has meant for you so far. Remember, less is more. Go.
All right, well, I'll make this quick. My name is Dylan. One thing I was just thinking about that really tied it all together for me was last night I got a text from Joy saying that we were going to be speaking here today. And Unity teaches you lessons that show up in random little, little moments. And this was one of those moments where at first, my mind was like, oh my God, I have to speak. I don't know what I'm going to say. And then immediately I remembered that, I don't have to worry. This is Unity. No one's going to sit there and judge what I'm saying. Everyone's just going to accept me for, who I am and what I'm saying. And I think having that, that positive mindset related to what I say has really been beneficial for me. So yeah.
I'm Jeff, the brother of Dylan. Yeah, Unity has really taught me that, or one of the biggest teachings that I've got from Unity has been that you are God. And I remember when I was like 7 or something, and they told me I'm God at Unity. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I'd run around school saying I was God or whatever. That's probably the most important thing that's happened at Unity for me.
Okay, I'm Allie. I haven't been here long, but it's definitely taught me to accept everybody for who they are, and that everyone here is going to accept you. So that's taught me a lot, and I'm grateful. So.
I'm Aria, and Unity, I think, the most has just taught me to show up as myself, and that if people don't like me, then they weren't meant to be around me, and it's sort of like, here I am, make way, I'm gonna find the people that I like.
I'm Joy, and one of the great things about Unity and Rally more specifically is that I get to meet all the amazing people like this who have grown up and were born into Unity, and just spending time with so many people who already know so much about acceptance and really being themselves, I think is really great.
Awesome. So the rally experience is at least twice a year, Eastern region. This is the region this church belongs to. They go to the YMCA camp in Maryland, Camp Takwa, for a weekend, and there's are we at hundreds of teens? How many teens show up? About 100 teens. About 100 teens. Always round up, makes it sound more impressive. About 100 teens from Virginia, right? From Virginia all the way up the eastern seaboard, come together. It is truly a love fest. Years and years ago, I was a sponsor and would go to some of these things, and just amazed me the energy of these teens and how they loved each other, supported each other, laughed together, cried together, stayed up all night together. It was amazing. So, real briefly, we're going back around again. Tell us a little bit about your most recent rally experience, or any rally experience. Why do you love going to rally? Anything along those lines. Again, less is more.
There's nothing to say other than it's just the most accepting and amazing, place in the world. It's just a wonderful outlet to be able to be and say and do whatever I need to do to be myself, and it's just truly amazing.
I think Dylan kind of said it all, but yeah, I can't really describe it whenever anybody asks me what it's like, because when most people ask me, I just say it's church camp, but it's really not. And I don't know how to explain it at all. I know it's just kind of like, I'm sorry, I can't say. It's so yeah. I don't know what to say. Sorry.
Okay, so this was my first rally, and I was really terrified to go, and I almost didn't go, but I'm really, really like grateful that I went because it was the most amazing experience of my life. So.
I just love that at Rally, like, anyone can get up on stage and sing or dance or do whatever they want, and like, no matter what, they'll be accepted and loved. And it's really amazing to like feel that and experience that and be able to bring that back into my regular life, because it just sort of reminds me, like, you don't always have to be judging people and like be so defensive all the time, and it's okay to let your guard down.
I love Rally because, like he said, we will laugh together and cry together and stay up all night together, and then we all go home to various parts of the country. And I love just looking at a map and seeing so much love for each other spread out all over, and how it really just transcends all the space. It's great.
So, I don't need this one. Real briefly, we're going to show you some pictures of the Raleigh experience, just so you kind of get a sense. But before we do that, Jack pulls that up. Something Aria said that was really poignant. I'm going to rephrase it a little bit. She said it's basically about being able to be vulnerable in front of each other. These kids are learning the gift of vulnerability. Do you remember a couple of years ago when we did Brene Brown's book? And we realized that really, truly the power of acceptance of each other and connection and relationship with each other is grounded in vulnerability. Being willing to be open, to be willing to be who you are, your true self, without fear of rejection. And even knowing that if rejection comes, you are still wholly who you are. That's a gift that, like, so many of us adults struggle with these days, and these guys kind of got it down already. You know, and that's a gift beyond gifts. So let's do a few pictures of why you rally. Can we dim the lights? Oh, wait, is there more? Oh, no. False alarm. Before I move on, I want to thank a couple of people who make sure that these kids get to Raleigh. Our YFM directors, Matthew and Becky, they're probably still up there. They're out there working with the kids. Our Why Are You person who's just like almost a Why Are You or still herself, but not really. Becca. Sponsor Becca. Becca travels down with them, and I'm getting there. Don't jump ahead. I'm getting there. You save the best for last. The two individuals who I think I'm so grateful for that they drive them down and are with them. I see, is that Jim back there? I see? What's his Jeff, sorry, not Jeff, Jim. Me and names. Jeff and Rita, please stand. Come on, let folks give you some love. Yeah, they take the kids down, stay with them for the weekend. I think they're just keeping in touch with their inner kid themselves. Good for you guys. And any parents of these kids are here. Any parents, if any parents are here, these kids, please stand. Please stand if any parents are here. Ron is here. Any other parents? No? Well, tell your parents thank you for me, for allowing you to be part of this experience. So a cool thing happened at Rally, and we'll wrap up with this. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering why we're doing this now, because generally, you know, when the kids come back from Rally, we'll give them a few minutes at the end of service and show some pics or say something quickly. But for me, I felt it was important that you guys get a much bigger taste and experience of the spiritual transformation that these kids are undergoing, and that we create the space for here. When we pick up our offering later today, give a little extra for these kids, because in case you didn't know this, part of the YU experience in kind of teaching them the accountability of going to things like rallies, they have to fundraise for the trip. We actually divide the trip, the expenses 3 ways. The church pays a third, the parents pay a third, and the kids pay a third of the trip. So in a sense, they're really taking ownership for this rally experience. And it so happened this year, we had an unexpected transportation expense right at the end. And I said to them, don't worry, we got you here at the church. We'll cover it to make sure you go. But we still keeping up with that accountability piece. You'll pay us back when you get back. So they'll be doing some fundraising throughout the year. Give them put a little extra in for them today to help cover those expenses. But the cool thing happened at this rally that had me in a real proud papa moment was that at Rally they have a Sunday service basically, and the kids not only just put on the service but lead the service, and my daughter Joy was for the first time gave like a little Sunday part of the Sunday talk, and I was like, oh, following the daddy's footsteps. I'm so proud. Well, I was a little. Come on, what parent doesn't enjoy that? So, and Dylan also spoke at that service. So I'm gonna turn this over to them and let two of them share what they wrote and shared on that Sunday. So you get an even better sense of who they are and what they have picked up. So who's going first? Thank you. So, got a coach. Give him a little bit of the backstory to how you got to this point. All right. She's like, I got it. Back up, Dad.
So when we're filling out our rally forms, they ask us if we'd be willing to help out with things like setting up Sunday service, all that. So I said, sure, why not stay late one night and set up some chairs? I thought that would be fine. Then Saturday night comes around and they're like, so you're good for tomorrow, right? You're going to talk. I was like, what? No. And the whole theme was the 4 agreements. So they had a book of little excerpts of the 4 agreements. And so the director said, pick a number. And she turned to that page and gave me that. And pick a card of these cards, the cards that go with the book. And she said, read these and put them together and just talk about that tomorrow. I was like, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. So then that night, all the girls are together in the cabin, and it's like midnight, and a few start to go to bed, and then eventually I look up, and it's about 2 a.m., and me and a few other girls are left, and I realize I still have to write something to say tomorrow. So exactly, just like him. Eventually it's just me and one of my friends, and we are sitting there, and I just really start thinking about how lucky I am to get to have you all every Sunday and have them twice a year. And I just really got this feeling of gratitude for everything. And after that, it was just really easy to write down what I was feeling. So the card that she gave me was about surrender and letting go and just really releasing all expectations and just surrendering to the universe. And so I will read you the page of the book and then tell you what I thought. So the word is what makes us an artist. And we use the word in order to create a story about ourselves and everything that we perceive. Because information comes to us from all over, we can say that we are the center of the entire universe. From the center, we create a whole story, a whole dream, the dream in which we live our life. Of all the tools we have at our disposal, the word is the most important. How we use words will dictate how we live our life. We can create a beautiful paradise, or we can create the worst nightmare. Either way, it is a masterpiece of art. It is our life, and it is our choice. So I said, we use our words for everything, from creating new relationships to building on old ones. We can make each other laugh or cry, and we express ourselves, or sometimes deflect. Plato said, wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. Our words matter. They change how we are perceived and how we perceive others. We often struggle with life because we feel it is thrust upon us against our will. We blame the universe for our problems and use even more negative language, making any situation worse. We have the power to create the life we want with nothing more than our words, be they out loud or in our thoughts and prayers. George Orwell said, happiness can only exist in acceptance. When we accept our power, we can go on to create the experiences we want. When creating new experiences, the key is the word new. Learning to let go is a priceless skill. Letting go of the past allows us to move forward, and letting go of expectations allows us to be in the moment, not worrying about what is to come. If we let go of the idea that there is some external force affecting how we feel, we can move forward to bigger and better things. If you don't like something, change it. And if you can't change it, change your attitude. Maya Angelou said that. But I like to say, if you can't change it, change your thoughts. All of the power we need can be found within. So I'll leave you with another one of my favorite quotes. God gave us the gift of life. It is up to us to give ourselves the gift of living well. Thank you.
First of all, good job. That was amazing. It was amazing. I don't know how to follow it up. But I'll start with a little backstory. So my backstory was also kind of similar. You know, it started to get later at night. It was probably 3 or 4 a.m., honestly. I can't remember. When I realized that I was not going to be able to write this because I was so tired. So it was the morning of the Sunday service, and it was breakfast. And then I still just couldn't do it. I think we were having sausage or something for breakfast, and I was really hungry, so I was eating. So then there was about 5 minutes before I had to read that I wrote this. And sadly, this is not the same page I had when I actually spoke at the Sunday service at Rally. So this is kind of my this morning's version of what I wrote. But still, it still really does. It does mean deep down a lot to me. So yeah, my card was something relating to the things that we say and the truth of them and how that affects our lives. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about affirmative prayer in a little shortened down version. So the one thing that I truly believe is that our thoughts truly become prayers. Everything we say has power. And like many, I easily jump to statements that are not true. Things like, I don't like the way I look, or I don't like the way I am. Just things that are truly not who I am or what I represent. But I have learned to remember that these statements are coming from my false self, and that part, they're from the part that forgets that I am exactly who and how I should be, which is perfectly myself. Rally has helped me more than I could have ever imagined. It has given me lifelong friends, an outlet to be myself, and most importantly, Rally has reminded me that my whole self is perfect. So always remember that your words are powerful. You know, your thoughts can create truth in your life. So never let your false self create your truth. That's all I have.
So I cannot be more proud of these young people. They're the ones, they give me hope. They give me hope for the future. So I want to invite you to stand and give them a unity blessing, which goes, we love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you, or as you are. Are we ready? So, together, we love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Love you, we love you, really, really bless you. Mwah.
Unity on the river! We love you! We bless you!
See, proud papa moment. That's all she wrote, folks. Let's take a moment to meditate together. So if you're comfortable, I invite you to plant both feet on the floor. Just let your hands rest in your lap. Gently close the eyes. Connect with the breath. Let the breath anchor you into this now present moment. Take you deeper into your heart space. And as we drift into the silence, we are in gratitude for the divine truth of who we are. We give thanks that we will remember this truth in the midst of all. In the times of joy and celebration, in the times of sadness and despair, the truth of who we are does not change. And because of this, we can be hopeful. And beyond hope, we are filled with faith. Knowing without a doubt that through the transformation of our thoughts, our beliefs, the very words we speak, we are transformed. Our experience around us is transformed. And we become, in that situation, the fullness of the presence of God. This is who we are. This is who we've always been meant to be. The divine made visible. So as we spend a few moments in the silence, I invite you to anchor yourself in that truth by saying silently to yourself, I am the divine made visible. I am the divine made visible. For a few moments in the silence. I am the divine, made visible. We hold this truth for ourselves, and we hold it for all the names in our prayer box. For all these names, these situations, these prayer requests. We hold that they remember that they are the divine made visible. And as we also be the divine, we are here to love, to support, to be there for them. And should you hold that truth for anyone else in your life, I invite you to say their name out loud now. In so doing, we hold that we all remember that truth. To live from the divine, to live as the divine. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. And amen.
Thank you to all the teens for those great messages today. Really wonderful to hear. I'd like to take a moment now to introduce our prayer chaplains who are serving today. If you could please rise. The prayer chaplains are available to sit with you after the service for prayers of gratitude or any requests that you may have, and they hold these prayer requests in total confidence. So feel free to meet with them. Also, if anyone has a need for a home or a hospital visit, we do have chaplains available for that as well. Is anyone here from that team today? Nancy? Okay, you could check with Nancy if you have that need or know someone. Also, Catherine in the back. Great, thank you. And you can also submit your prayer requests in the box in the rear of the church. And we also have a dedicated phone line that you can call to place a prayer request. Your prayers are prayed here, over here for 30 days, and then sent to Silent Unity. And now it's a time in our service where we bless our tithes and offerings. So let's hold them and breathe our energy of abundance as we say our affirmation. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I receive, and all that I receive. And more music. Okay.
Welcome back, Laurie and Fred, with Om.
We invite you to share your hearts and voices and sing along with us. This is a very easy one to catch on to. Peace is in my heart, joy is in my soul, and love is who I am. Om, Om, Om. Peace is in my heart. 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 my soul.
Joy is in my soul. Joy is in my soul. Joy is in my soul. Joy is in my soul.
Love is who I am. 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 Love is who I
So let's take a moment to give thanks for these gifts, these offerings. So for those of you who've given here, given online, I invite you to go to your heart space, tap into that place of gratitude and abundance. And we give thanks that as we receive, we also give back into this Amesbury community, the Weather Unity Movement, and so continue the flow of abundance that we are as the embodiments of God. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Thank you. Couple quick things. One, what's happening this Saturday? The gala, yes, or gala, tomato, gala, or annual gratitude gala. The theme is Elevate, Celebrate. You have to get your tickets today if you haven't gotten your tickets yet. Why? Because the restaurant needs a head count tomorrow, I believe. So if you've been like kind of going like, nah, I don't know yet. Yes. Just say yes. Do it today. We do have a few love offering tickets, so they're a little less than the full amount available. Those are on a first come first served basis. See Carol stand. Carol. So we doing a giveaway? Well, come on up. Come on up. We also got a giveaway today as well. We are also needing some folks who are willing to serve and volunteer in a few different arenas for small time slots the night of the gala. Also see Carol, we have a table out there. This is going to be a blast. We're going to party together. We're going to celebrate together. We got live band. We got excellent food. Good excuse to dress up or not dress up. Please, get your tickets today. This is it. We're at that time. And we're going to give one away now, right?
We're going to give one away right now. And because it's basketball season, everybody has a bounce in their step. If you have a basketball sticker next to the board members' names in your program book, please let us know. Check your stick.
Dun, 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 dun,
Someone's
dun.
got to be bouncing.
We got a winner! Woohoo! Come on, Shelly. Yay!
Thank you. Come up to supper. Awesome.
So if you're on the fence, you're not anymore. You're going. You're going now. So you got to buy one because you got, okay? So we're good. Any other things?
Just one other thing. We had someone who bought a ticket last week in the bookstore whose cell phone number or phone number ends in 1733. We can't read your name, so if that's your cell phone number or telephone number, please let the bookstore know so we could figure out who you are. And also, someone's going to need to replace me next year, so please, if you're interested in doing this and working with the board and working with a great team of people, please come and see me in the fair area today, and we could talk about it because I've had a great time, and I know you would too. So, and remember, as Meg always says, this train is leaving, so you have to buy your tickets today. People online, you could also have by the end of the day today, you can buy these tickets online. So please let us know, and we would love to have everybody come. We have to celebrate. So.
Yes, we do. Thank you very much. Yay, Carol. And I do want to give, I mentioned this last week, but give Carol extra thank you for not only just stepping up to do this, but as you were in the midst of transitioning, getting ready to move and start a new job, that you stuck with it and you were seeing us through to the end of this. And yeah, thank you so much. And finally, mark your calendars. November the 26th, our guest speaker will be Garland Landreth. If you don't know who that is, go back and watch What the Bleep. Remember that? He's one of the folks in that movie that is featured in that movie. He's going to be here, and he's going to be also given a 2-day workshop, some on Sunday afternoon, some on Monday evening. What the Bleep, if you don't remember that movie, it was truly the amalgamation of science and spirituality, and it's a beautiful thing. It was a few years ago, so go back, watch it between now and the 26th, and come see Garland Landreth. Michelle got some more thank yous. As she's coming up, I want to give another round of thank yous to our amazing teens. Yay! Nice job.
We forgot to say hello to the streamers, so let's... Yes, our live streamers. So, general thank you to everyone who participates to make these services happen. We really appreciate it, and you can find out how you can be part of it at the Sacred Service Fair. Special angels, Amy, Susan, Rena, Joan, Diana, Mark, Nan, Larry, Cynthia, Taya, Tom, Sharon, Judy, John, me, Laurel, Lacey, John, Shirley, Nancy, Jim, and Louisa, all those who went to Unity Village. And this month we're acknowledging our youth and family volunteers, our office volunteers, and also our bookstore. And the board members who are here today, if you could stand, we'd like to acknowledge you. And they are available after the service if you have any questions about anything. And now it's time for another song, and let's enjoy that.
Never Too Late with Laurie and Fred, okay? We invite you to sing along again. Never too late. It is never too late to improve any circumstance. It's never too late to forgive yourself or others, and never too late for love. You're staring out your window again. You're thinking about how careless you have been with the hearts and minds of others and the mother you let down. But what you need to know is that forgiveness abounds. It's never too late, never too late, never too late for love. Come on now. It's never too late, no, never too late for love. And late for love, no, no matter where you are. You're thinking about the times you can't forget, the shadow-covered memories that fill you with regret. Like when your daddy died, how you never cried, you just built walls all around. But what I know for sure is that a wall's coming down. It's a never too late, never too late, never too late for love. It's never too late, never too late, no, never too late for love. And though you might believe you've been wandering too far, it's never too late for love now, no matter where you are. One thing to consider is that the joy is in the giving, and you can do yourself some living from exactly where you are. You'll attract someone who sees you for your goodness if you believe in your goodness. Never too late, never too late for love. No, no, it's never too late, never too late, no, never too late for love. And although you might believe you've been wandering too far, it's never too late for love now, no matter where you are. Take it home one more time. It's never too late, never too late, never too late for love. No, no, it's never too late, never too late, no, never too late for love. And though you might believe you've been wandering too far, it's never too late for love, no, no matter where you are. It's never too late for love, no, no matter where you are. It's never too late for love, no matter where you are.
Thank you, Fred and Lori. Make sure you hit them up in the bookstore where they got CDs for sale, right? You guys got CDs for sale? Yes. You can take a moment. If you please stand, take the hand of your neighbor. If you got little kids, they're still going to be over in the YFM, so parents of little kids can pick them up there. And we affirm the truth for ourselves, for these teens, for all the kids, for the entire world. There's peace on earth. It begins with us.
The light of God surrounds us.
Coming closer. The love of God.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and we are richly blessed.
So it is.